Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast episode number 239. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Wednesday Motivation and Inspiration, and today I'm delving into don't follow what everyone does. My goodness. I mean, chances are I've probably done a podcast like this in the past, but I think today, in a whole different emotional state in regards to this. And I say this because there are just a lot of followers in this world. Wow, no one wants to carve their own path anymore. It's okay to look at what other people are doing in, what you're passionate about. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when you try to emulate exactly what that person or those people are doing. You're not putting your own spin on it, or you're not, making it unique to you and who you are. So I really need you guys to understand, please stop doing things that are trendy. Just because people are doing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, it doesn't mean you should go do it. Or just because someone is wearing something, it doesn't mean you should go do it. Because we've got a lot of goofballs wearing certain things these days that I'm starting to question, where this world is going. And I'm here to tell you that carving your own path is okay. And living life on your own terms is okay. And if you don't want to be great at things and you want to live the mediocre life, by all means, do it. But don't fake the funk with yourself and say that, I'm going to do what this person's doing because they got to where they are, doing this, and this, and you're not doing the work. If you want to be great, you've got to really work at your craft, and you've got to do things your way and how you see fit. But learn from others. It's okay to learn from others and take bits and pieces of whatever one that you like or you appreciate and apply it to your life. I am not trying to emulate the people that I look up to. But what I am doing is learning from them and saying, okay, now I can apply that to my life, and I can also share my stories and my experiences through what I've learned from them. Got it? Cool. Because if you guys don't know by now, I do follow motivational speakers and business people and things of that nature. I love Mel Robbins. I love, Richard Kawasaki. I love Eric Thomas. I love Simon Sinek. I love Gary Vaynerchuk. I love Jim Quick. So I take Tom Billio. I take bits and pieces of what they do and apply it to my life and say, okay, I can utilize what they're saying and what they're doing in order to be great. I look at, Randall Pitch and I go, yeah, his story is crazy. And a few days ago, I had his story and how, he got to where he is saved, as part of my YouTube videos that I save. And I went back and I watched that video and I said, okay, he's not stopping just because he's good financially for the rest of his life. He's still being innovative. He's still being hands-on. He's still making sure that his operation still runs efficiently. But it doesn't mean I'm going to go do everything that he's doing. By all means, just learn from others and apply it. It's not easy to get to where you want to be. It's just not at all. You're going to go through hurdles in life and things are going to happen. And It's all in how you respond to it. It's all how you assimilate. And you guys know, I've been through my share of, things in my life, and I've shared some of those experiences in these podcasts. My depression, my family stuff I've been through. I mean, you name it, I've dealt with it. There's been plenty of wakes and funerals and, all of that stuff, right? But it still hasn't stopped me from getting to where I want to be. But we're too busy trying to be people that we're not meant to be. We're created a certain way for a certain reason. We're all different because we're meant to be different. And the way this world is going, they're creating artificial intelligence and making robots to where everyone is the same way. And that's what the media is pushing to everyone. It's, let's all be the same. Let's all wear the same things. Let's all act a certain way. Let's all speak a certain way. And if you really take the time to read a lot of books, you'll start to understand what this world is becoming and why. And I'm here to tell you, don't fall into the narrative. I've decided I'm not going to. I decided that years ago, especially when I decided to go on the journey that I'm on now. So think about where you want to be in life, where you're trying to go, and make sure that you get to your destination, but don't follow be the driver of your car, but don't follow all the cars to your destination, because there are other roads and highways that'll get you to your destination. Not necessarily faster, but it'll be your own road that you're going down. We are too busy driving the car of life in the driver's seat, and we're following all the other cars on the highway. And we get to intersections and forks in the road, and we have the opportunity to go down a whole different road and do it our own way, but we want to keep continuing to follow everyone else. I don't get it. It's not how God wanted this world to be. He wanted us to all utilize the gifts and talents that he gives us. And, if you believe in the spiritual realm and, you believe in other things, that's great. That's fine. But this is kind of just where I am and where I'm coming from. So just follow along with me. Go along with me on this journey for a moment. What I'm saying is we're all given talents and gifts, whether you're, a great cook, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a motivational speaker, whatever it is, utilize it to the best of your ability and make sure that you're giving back to the world. What you give is what you get back. If you're expecting something in return all the time, or you're trying to make $1 off of everything, it's not going to go your way. The reason why this podcast is without any ads is because my podcast is just not long enough to be having ads. And I don't care to make money off of my podcast. It's just not that serious. It's really not. Especially with the amount of books that I've written, especially with the audiobooks that I have, especially with the paperbacks that I have, especially with, the clothing line that I've created. Like, I have my opportunities. Do I want to be a speaker in front of people and do well with that? Of course I do. But I've got to get there with the platform that I'm establishing now. And when you want to establish your own platform and your own brand, yeah, it's good to see what other people have done, but it doesn't necessarily mean you need to do what they're doing, because you may not get to where they are by applying what they're doing. That's their path. That's what they're supposed to do. You can utilize and tweak a couple of things that you've taken from them. You may have seen a couple of things that they didn't succeed at. Doesn't mean that you may not succeed at it. Unless it's something that's definitely a no-no, then you don't do it, right? But I'm just getting so tired of watching everyone do the same exact things that everyone else is doing. I have, friends that are going their own path, and it's great to see. Some people are going to do well and make it in 3 years. Some will make it in 5. Some will make it in 10. Just because the person who did well and made it in 3 or 5 doesn't mean that the longevity of what they have is going to be there. That person who worked even more and established more within 10 years, that longevity may last a lifetime, past the realm of them living. And there's your longevity and legacy, right? The person who did it in 3 years or 5 years, 10, 15 years from now, they may not even have what they worked for. So just because you see someone who's successful and did it in like 5 years and you're doing the same exact thing, it doesn't mean that life isn't going to happen. It doesn't mean that they're not going to go through things. It doesn't mean that they're going to be able to hold on to what they are successful at. So stop being jealous. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop questioning why you haven't made it. Stop questioning why you're not getting opportunities because that other person got that opportunity that you wanted. Stop with the jealousy. Stop with pointing fingers at other people. Stop blaming other people. Carve your own path and do it your way because their opportunities may not be as big as yours. It's just the way the universe works, my friend. So please take the time to fully understand where I'm coming from. Trust me, I see best-selling authors right now. Their first book, their second book. Oh my God, I'm doing great. I have my own publishing company, this, that, and I have a publishing company that's supporting me, and I get $20,000 up front and this and that. Meanwhile, that publishing company may not be around in 5 years. These publicity companies, a lot of them ain't going to be around in like 5 to 10 years. You know why? Because there are too many people like me that are just not falling into the narrative of paying them thousands of dollars to promote one book when I've got 47 as you're listening to this. I am not in this for, the giggles. I'm not doing this for, hey, look at me. Nope. If I've written 47 books, and published, I'm quite sure you guys know by now that I'm in this for the longevity game. And it's cute when you see people doing 2-3 books. It's like, okay, cool, great. That's you, that's your path, that's what you're doing. I'm not that focused on what you're doing. I see it. I'm not jealous of it at all. Do your events, do all your things, right? Not to toot my own horn, but if I stopped writing right now, I'd be all right. But I'm not, because I'm driven. And I know what I want out of life. And I know that, if you have like 5 books, what percentage of people are going to buy all 5? Me, my goal is 60. Is everyone going to read all 60? No. Do I expect everyone to read all 60? No. I don't have expectations of people. That's the difference. There are going to be people who are going to love the book series that I've written, and then there are going to be the people that are like, look, I only can do standalone books, and that's fine with me too. And right now, as we speak, I only have 7 standalone books. So now I'm shifting back into writing more standalones because I've got to cater to that audience. That's the difference in what I'm focused on compared to what everyone else is doing, which is like focusing on what everyone else is doing. It's like, oh, they're doing this and oh, they're doing that. Nah, I'm okay. So please understand, go on your own journey. I will continually say that until, this microphone dies on me or something, recording these podcasts. So at the end of the day, I'm going to tell this to you. Don't follow what everyone else does. That's it. And with that said, that's my podcast for today. Thank you guys for listening. As always, my website is theaquarianmindpodcast.com. You guys can definitely listen to my podcast there, so please feel free to do that. If you guys want to subscribe on certain platforms, I'm on like 20 of them at this point. So you've got Google and Spotify and Apple and iHeartRadio and Spreaker and you name it, I'm there. Good Pods, Podchaser, GeoSavan. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but anyway. So enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Stay tuned for Book Insight Friday. You know what? I will be delving into a book, Alphabet City Part 4. So be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.